Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to KRSTV. This is your boy Kenny. Now remember, subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow all the information I have in the description box as well as the comment section. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. Before I get started, also a special shout out to GMHC, which is Gay Men's Health Collaborative. If you're in the DMV and you want to get tested for HIV, we are sending home kits. Definitely, if you checked out the flyers before this video, reach out to them if you're in the DMV if you want to get a home kit to get tested for HIV, and also if you want to get if you want to get set up for PrEP, which is HIV prevention. And also check out my YouTube partner BK WorldTube, which is the Black Netflix where you get Black Ink Crew, Love and Hip Hop, to RuPaul's Drag Race. So definitely check out BK WorldTube after you watch this video. Now this is a mukbang, and what I have here is Mexican casserole. It has rice, pinto beans, pretty much cut up tortillas, ground beef, and it's baked, and then it's topped with cheese and sour cream. So that's what I'm gonna be having upon the day, and I have to say this shit is bomb. I mean, so definitely on my channel you're gonna get a lot of Latin cuisine because I just love Latin food. Now there are going to be a lot of things I'm going to discuss today because a whole lot went on this week, and my mind is just like my mind is pretty much sharp, because so much I want to get out in this video. So definitely bear with me. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is this whole situation with Ryan Henry and his best friend Anthony Lindsay. Those of you know Ryan Henry from Black Ink Crew Chicago, and let's just say he has literally represented himself to be one of the worst people on the planet, because the whole situation is that him and Anthony Lindsay have been friends for over 10 years. They are the godfathers to each other's children. They have been, like family, like brothers for years. And Anthony Lindsay recently has recovered from stage 3 prostate cancer. And he recently has come to find out that Ryan Henry was having a sexual relationship with his baby mother for over a year. And how he found out was his son had brought his mom's phone to him, and he told his dad that, I know mommy's cold. So he opens the phone, and he said that he had suspicions that something wasn't right between his baby mama and Ryan. And once he types Ryan's name, this whole line of text messages back and forth between them surfaces, and he realized that while he's fighting cancer, Ryan Henry is having sex with his baby mother. Now, even though him and his baby mother ain't together no more, but there is like something called, values and morals that's supposed to happen amongst men, especially brothers, that one, you don't go after my baby moms, and you don't do, like, it's just the whole situation is just messy as hell. And Ryan recently made a statement in regards to it, and he literally has no remorse for what he's done. I'm like, while your boy's fighting cancer, you're sleeping with the mother of his child. You know, your families go on vacations and stuff together, and the whole time while y'all smiling and having a good old time, you and his baby mother are sneaking off, screwing each other. Like, we literally live in a society where motherfuckers are just not loyal. Where you can smile on my face and be my best friend, but yet you're gonna have sex with somebody or you're gonna have sex with my baby mother or somebody that I'm in a relationship with. Like, with friends like Ryan, who the hell need enemies? Like, that whole situation was crazy. Also, Anthony Lindsay recently did an interview with Stone Monroe, and he really kind of shared that he was hurt by that. I mean, and I'm like, I don't blame you. Like, who the hell does that? After all these years that you've been friends, or more like family, because Anthony said that he considers Ryan like family. You would do some shit like that and think that shit's cool? It's just that we really got to really start re-examining our morals and values. And Ryan just literally put himself out there that he literally is a no shit Negro. I would say the other word, but you know, I gotta watch myself because I'm on YouTube. But you know, quiet as kept. You know, with friends like him who need enemies. And the funny thing about it, he also brought up that they did a video after he had, you know, recovered, his cancer went into remission. He pretty much did like a toast where he was, you know, thanking Ryan and his baby mother for holding him down during his fight with cancer. And you see Ryan is on his right side and the baby mother's on his left and Anthony's in the middle. And you literally see Ryan's face as if like he's disturbed. And when I saw that, I was like, there's the mark of the beast. So here it is, this man is congratulating you for being there for him, but yet you are violating him, you know, throughout that entire time. So my advice to Anthony is that, look, seek the Most High and get you a new circle of people. Now, I know you got to work things out with your baby mother because that's the mother of your child. But I would say let Ryan go, bruh. You don't need that kind of energy in your life. And you definitely don't need people like that who will betray you and then act like it was nothing. Like, I can see if you maybe just got drunk and had sex with her. But, dude, you went back repetitively for over a year. So it ain't no damn accident. It was intentional. And at the end of the day, you didn't care about this man's well-being. So that's something I wanted to talk about in regards to that. Like, yeah, Anthony, you better off cut your losses, seek the Most High, and move on with your life because you don't need friends like that. Next, I want to talk about is I'm a volunteer for Gay Men's Health Collaborative, as I mentioned earlier. We had this amazing discussion on Kim Sex that was led by Kenya Hutton. And it was really good because a lot of people are engaging in, you know, chemical substances to enhance their sexual tryst. You know, one of them being crystal meth, methamphetamines, you know, poppers, you name it. And we were literally having an open discussion about these things, and it definitely got me thinking, like, wow. Meth has been around for a long time, even back during the days of classic Hollywood. And I shared that in the discussion, like, you had this doctor named Dr. Max Jacobson. He was called, you know, the feel-good doctor, or Max the Healer. He was injecting all of these celebrities with methamphetamines, but saying it was vitamins. And some of his notable clients was John F. Kennedy, Marilyn Monroe, Judy Garland, Paul Robeson, and many others. You know, that meth what it does, it gives you this high surge of energy, and you feel like you can work long hours. I mean, so it's like, when I thought about what was going on with Judy Garland, they literally were doping her up at MGM, shooting her with meth so she can work these long hours on these studio lots. And then I also brought up that, Marilyn Monroe singing Happy Birthday to John F. Kennedy, and why she was so jumpy was because she was high off of the methamphetamines that Max gave her backstage before she, did her number. So, now we're at a place where the rise of meth, which is now called Tina, has now become an epidemic, just like the crack epidemic of the 80s. It's now a current epidemic right now within not just within the LGBTQ community, as well as just the community at large. People who are engaged in sexual trysts. A lot of times, people take drugs to enhance their experience or to increase their adrenaline. So it was a really great discussion, and on next week, on Wednesday the 21st at 6:30 p.m., we will be having a live discussing OnlyFans. And I think this is going to be great, because I think a lot of OnlyFans are, there's been a rise in OnlyFans, since the global pandemic. And, a lot of people, are quick to judge people who are in the field of sex work or who are in OnlyFans. But we at the GMAC, it's not about attacking them, but understanding them, but mainly discussing, sexual responsibility, sexual health, and also protection in regards to, drugs and HIV and STIs. So I'm really looking forward to this live. The porn star who we know as Mr. Cali will be interviewed, and I'm definitely looking forward to this event. So if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, definitely follow me on those platforms, because I'm definitely have been promoting the OnlyFans event, which is going to happen next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. So definitely tune in and be a part of the discussion. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is this whole thing with Ice Cube, aka O'Shea Jackson, and his policy, CWBA, contract with Black America. Now, he's been getting a lot of backlash because he met with the Trump administration, but he's also met with the team of Biden and Kamala as well. And what he's calling for, so people are just gonna, just going on this tangent saying he's a Trump supporter. Do y'all motherfuckers even know who Ice Cube is? Do y'all forget he was the one who wrote "Fuck the Police" and Straight Outta Compton? Do y'all forget that he, is affiliated with the Nation of Islam? What makes you think he's a Trump supporter? What he is a man who's trying to bring about a policy change that will change the face of Black America for the better. Actually, destroy the systemic racism that has kept us imprisoned for the past 50 or so odd years. I mean, look around, Black people. We don't own anything. I mean, there's some of us who have become entrepreneurs, who are, building businesses and things like that. But as far as our economy, We are at the bottom of the heap. And there's a lot of money in the black community, but none of it is being invested in our community. A lot of it's being outsourced because we have so many different, groups of people that come in our community and work and make money off of us, but they invest their money into their communities, not ours. And if anything, he was specific. This is for black people. The ancestors who built this nation, and yet we get none of the benefits. It's about changing the face of what it means to be black in America. And it really pissed me off that a lot of people, black, were attacking him for meeting with the Trump administration. First of all, regardless of whether you like Trump or not, he is still the president of the United States. And if you're trying to discuss policy, why wouldn't you meet with the current administration? What's wrong with that? I mean, the problem with a lot of us in the black community, we have been brainwashed with this Democratic plantation. It's Democratic this, Democratic that. But yet, we have been voting Democrat since 1964, and has our condition changed? I'll wait on it. So, just the fact that people are attacking him is really making me mad, because they're not seeing the big picture. He's not supporting either party. He's non-affiliate. I'm a non-affiliate. I mean, I voted just recently, but it took me a while to make a decision. And he's saying that regardless of who takes over the office, this policy needs to be implemented. We need to start owning our own communities. As far as education, as far as banking, as far as grocery stores, as far as businesses. Like, it's about us finally getting a fair shake in the American economy. I mean, hell, Martin Luther King talked about this like before he passed. Well, before he was assassinated, where he was saying that, the Irish got funding, the Italians got funding, the Asians got funding, but yet they tell the black man he's got to pull himself from his own bootstraps. And some of us black people don't even have boots to pull up. So even he was calling for a change in policy, that we want our check. Ice Cube was doing the same exact thing. It's about time that we as a people wake up and realize our actual plight in this American situation. And if you really are paying attention, a change needs to happen. And it needs to happen sooner than we realize. And while we sitting around here voting, he's pretty much saying that no, we need to make them earn our vote. They need to give us something. Because they always asking us to vote, but at the end of the day, we don't get a damn thing. I mean, and that's the Democratic Party. I mean, take the Black Lives Matters movement. There have been millions that have been made off of this, but is this money being invested into the black community? So this is something that we as a people need to really examine. That, look, we can no longer and idly just go along to get along. It's about time to establish freedom, to break away from the plantation, from the fence, and actually create our own livelihood. Finally, be at a place where we no longer are subjugated to ghettos and public housing and public assistance, because there's no real opportunities out there for our kind. And we are the most marginalized people in this nation. We've helped a lot of people, but yet we're still considered second-class citizens. We're not considered, equal as far as economics. I mean, systemic racism is real. I mean, Why is it that police brutality is still going on? They're still operating off of the actual code of conduct that was instituted by J. Edgar Hoover, who was a devout racist and closeted homosexual. But yet his policies are still running the police department. And see, the CWBA is calling for police reform. This was a person who's been attacked by police. So how are you going to call him a sellout or say that he's a Trump supporter? He's supporting the black people. And regardless of who's in power, this is an issue that we can no longer sweep under the rug. We need to address it, and we need to implement it. Because future generations depend on us making moves and, presenting policies that are going to be for our advancement. And that's something we need to take into account and stop with this, attacking, or canceling someone because they don't want to go with the status quo. When you're stagnant, that's when you die. Oh, and another thing I want to talk about in regards to this, why is Diddy out here talking about, we need a black political party? That's just the candy truck, y'all. Ignore it if y'all hear it on this live. I mean, I'm not live. Ignore it if you hear it on this video. I'm tripping. I've been watching lives all day, so that's where that came from. But why is Diddy all of a sudden, now, so against Trump and saying that we need to get Trump out of office, and if Trump wins, it's gonna be a race war, and we need our own black political party. I'm like, Diddy, you're not an original when it comes to that. I mean, Tupac said that years ago before he passed, that we need to establish our own political party, and it should include blacks as well as other minorities of this country who really invest a lot in America but don't get anything back in return. But you gotta question, why is Diddy all of a sudden going against Trump when yet for years him and Trump have run in the same circles? Why is that? I mean, because it's been reported that, Diddy, along with Clive Davis, are currently under investigation, for some of their dealings and also some of the treachery that they've done within the industry. And definitely, as far as Diddy, there have been a lot of people coming out in regards to him, over the years. So I think due to the fact that the heat is getting hot on his end, hell is now pretty much at his doorstep. He's now trying to change the narrative so people won't focus on his bullshit. I'm going to create a different narrative so people won't notice me. Or won't, and even as far as Clive Davis, it's been alleged that they're even re-examining the death of Janis Joplin, who was one of the first artists that he worked with. I mean, before he had Arista, he had success with Janis Joplin as well as Bette Midler. So I find that to be very interesting that now Diddy is now so against Trump and wants Trump out of office, and still kind of playing to that Democratic narrative. We need to vote and get Trump out of office. But you and Trump were drinking highballs with each other. Hell, y'all probably were sharing women with each other. And all of a sudden now, Trump is Mr. Bad Guy. You really gotta question yourself. What is Diddy's motive? What's really going on, with this whole situation? But it's just that this whole climate right now is so touchy, it's so tense, and yet you got people coming from the woodworks, trying to implement something or trying to control the narrative. And I think that's what Diddy's doing. He's trying to control the narrative because he's under a lot of heat right now. And my whole thing is that, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. You shouldn't have cooked all the bad shit you was cooking, and maybe, the heat won't be so hard on you. I mean, because Diddy has, even with the Grammys, I think about a year or so ago, where he was saying that, we giving y'all a year to get this right, Grammys. We produce a lot of the best music, and yet we get marginalized by the Academy, which is true. But yet, Diddy, haven't you done the same thing to your own artists at Bad Boy Entertainment? We're waiting. So I'm saying, clean your own damn house before you tell somebody else to clean theirs. And that's something that we as a people need to stop doing. We're so quick to attack the white man, but what about our own? Because we ain't right on a lot of shit. So we need to clean our own houses and get ourselves together before we can really expect others to invest in us. I mean, it's even true as far as, business and, entrepreneurs like myself. I've worked with people who had me doing work for them but never wanted to invest in anything I was doing. And these are my own people who have done this to me. And they claim they are so pro-black, but yet you're kind of suppressing me, and you're pulling me down, and you're not investing in me so that I can become greater than what I am. Like, come on. Like, we have a serious issue amongst our own ranks that we need to get right. We have to start pulling each other up instead of pulling each other down. We need to eradicate ourselves from the crab in the barrel mentality and know and actually learn what it means to be supportive of your fellow man. So that's what I have, y'all. As I said, it was an interesting week and there was a lot I wanted to talk about. But yeah, get down in those comments and let me know your thoughts about what's going on. I definitely want to hear, your perspective. Even if you agree or disagree with me, I welcome everything. But I do not tolerate disrespect. But yeah, feel free to speak your mind. I love to hear your thoughts on this situation. So until next time, everybody, take care.